Well, now to a Call 12 for Action investigation about Johnson Utilities. For years, the water company has a history of complaints about poor water quality and has faced numerous questions about its owner.
Now, hundreds of Johnson customers say their bills are on a roller coaster and they can't explain why. Team 12's Matt Morrow explains.
All of these people have the same complaint with Johnson Utilities, water woes.
It's just a matter at this point of frustration.
Connie Mays is one of dozens of Johnson Utilities customers who's complained to Call 12 for Action about billed water usage that has exponentially fluctuated in the last year. In her case, she's seen her usage for a home with two people skyrocket from 5,000 gallons per month to more than 59,000 gallons per month. She's even had her water meter tested. It was accurate, and had Johnson Utilities technicians check for leaks. They couldn't find any.
The water use, there's no correlation between reality.
But Johnson Utilities says there is a correlation, telling 12 News it's because Mays historically uses high volumes of water. No one from the utility that serves more than 6,000 homes in the Southeast Valley and Pinal County would talk with 12 News on camera. But Brad Cole, Johnson's chief operating officer, tells us there's a logical explanation for all of the billing questions. He even looked at Mays' account and wrote that based on the frequency and schedule of Mays' water use, no errors were made by Johnson Utilities, and her usage is certainly indicative of irrigation. Mays disagrees. And so do the dozens of other Johnson Utilities customers with high usage bills, including Denise Farrell.
Frustration, helpless, angry. I can pick any phone company I want. I can pick any TV, cable I want. Not the water.
You're stuck.
We're stuck.
Our Call 12 for Action investigation has discovered Farrell and Mays are not alone. The Arizona Corporation Commission, the state agency that oversees water utility companies, has received 383 complaints about Johnson Utilities so far this year, almost 5 times more than last year. Does it concern the Corporation Commission that there's been that big of a spike for a relatively small utility company in just 1 year?
We're always concerned when we hear complaints from consumers about a company, and yes, when we see a spike, we obviously are concerned about that.
Angie Holdsworth, the Corporation Commission's communications manager, says with every complaint about Johnson and other utilities, the Commission follows up with both the customer and the utility until both are satisfied, or the case goes before the commissioners. So far this year, 96% of the Johnson Utilities complaints have been successfully resolved. 15 are still pending, and just 1 could not be resolved.
No comment.
That's Johnson Utilities owner George Johnson and former Corporation Commissioner Gary Pierce earlier this year, just minutes after they were in court facing an 8-count federal indictment. Prosecutors say Pierce approved higher rates for Johnson Utilities, and in exchange, the utility company paid his wife $31,000.
This has gotten way out of hand, and something's got to be done with Johnson Utilities.
Until then, Connie Mays and her neighbors hope their water usage decreases instead of increases. To reiterate, Johnson Utilities says that if the meter is tested accurate, then the water usage billing is accurate as well. I've talked with independent public utility experts, and they agree with that conclusion. But the hundreds of people who have complaints against Johnson Utilities say there is no way they can be using 40, 50, or even 60,000 gallons of water per month. Now, if you have a complaint about Johnson Utilities, you can file an official complaint with the Arizona Corporation Commission and get in touch with Call 12 for Action. Just head to call12.12news.com, submit a complaint, and our team of investigators will get to work.